are these people?
And we're going to show some other people that need some money too, because it's not just Aspen. Unfortunately, I've never seen it to this level. So many people in real deep financial danger and hurting. But before we do all of that, I do want to get to the lightning round because there were some other news things happening that I wanted to reference and talk to people about. So first, this one was funny. You know about those Epstein files that everybody keeps asking about? Well, the Epstein archive was created. 404 Media puts up that a data hoarder figured out how to use AI to create a searchable database of the Epstein files. Now, these are the homogenized Epstein files. These are the ones that have been put out by the Trump administration, and I don't trust AI on top of it. But I just found it interesting that though they're trying to keep the files buried and keep that information quiet, that AI is being used at the same time as a weapon to release that information. Now, I don't think, again, that they're going to let all the information out and that in time, we'll end up getting gatekept and who created those prompts and exactly what databases they're referencing would be interesting, but I'm guessing that you're not going to see the flight logs, for example. But maybe I'm wrong. But check that out. The website is over at Data Hoarder over on Reddit. All right. The link here is over on GitHub. Total cost 0, hosting cost 0, epstein-docs.github.io. I'm not going to do that. It probably is bugged. But just interesting that they were able to document that and put it out there. I also wanted to mention about the Nobel Prize winner, whatever another propaganda thing. In case you have not been paying attention, the Nobel Prize has been captured and now is being used as a tool to foster regime change and to push narratives and to push somebody that they are using, that they are looking to implement.
Always has been.
To take over a country. Well, so Maria Corina Machado is the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize honoree. Okay. She is, according to Ali Moro, a Zionist, all right, and a MAGA CIA Mossad agent set up to sell out Venezuela to American corporations for profit. Many Latina leaders deserve that platform, and she's not one of them. Don't be fooled. She's not a good representative for Latinas. Please get educated. So I brought a funny video that Dissent in Bloom actually made, funny enough. So hang on, I'm going to have to reset this, I'm guessing. And then, yeah, because Instagram sucks when it comes to this thing. So let me refresh this and make sure that we can hear this video, which we will be able to. Here we go. Whoop. And volume.
That Trump didn't win the Nobel Peace Prize. They gave it to someone that deserves it. Someone from Venezuela. I bet he's going to be so mad because he hates Venezuela. So I didn't want to have to be the one to tell you this, but her winning is actually a win for Trump. And it's not a good thing. Wait. What? Yeah, I know most people are happy because they're like, yeah, it's not Trump, it's someone that deserves it, someone fighting for democracy, but she's working with Trump. She actually dedicated the award to him already. In 2017, Trump tried to take over Venezuela because he wanted their oil. Came on video and said it, and they failed. So they're trying again this year, and she's the leader that's going to be placed in office once the United States overthrows Venezuela, if it's allowed to happen. Why do you think they keep bombing those boats? It has nothing to do with narco-terrorists or whatever they say. And she was actually endorsed by Marco Rubio in an official memo earlier this year. Oh yeah, and she also had a presentation that she gave not that long ago in front of the Council of America. It's a big, huge collation of businesses like Chevron. But instead of focusing on human rights or democracy, she was telling them how much they could benefit from the United States taking over Venezuela. It's on YouTube still. You can still watch it to this day. Wait, so you're saying that her being picked is actually good for him because it helps to create the narrative that Venezuela needs to be invaded by America for democracy? Well, yeah, because if you think that this lady's a hero because she's trying to achieve democracy in Venezuela, then you're not going to really pay any attention when they're bombing Venezuelan boats. I'm so happy that Trump didn't win the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a humorous way of explaining to a shitlib just why they should not be happy that a female Latina, they basically manipulated shitlibs by using identity politics. All right. Hilarious that they did the thing. They weaponized identity politics to get the shitlibs excited that they promoted a woman of color, a brown woman of color, and amplified her and elevated her over Trump. But yeah, not exactly. She's also a Bitcoin Zionist, and she's a big Bitcoin advocate. And I know Golden Monarch has been all over that as well. He's been talking about her for a while. Hassan Mafi.
Which,
go ahead.
I find this whole thing like, we know plenty of journalists who went to Venezuela during that election. Everything was above board. Like, I know McLeod, I know Fee and them.
Rania.
Right.
Okay.
Bunch of them.
Yes.
But it's just, let's just delegitimize another country's elections because ours are super above board and super good, right? Like, okay.
And just to remind people that who did they give the recent Nobel Peace Prize to? Well, in 2021, it was a Russian opposition figure who they had tried to elevate to oppose Putin. In 2022, it was a Belarusian figure that they were looking to implement in a color revolution to lead the country. In 2023, there was a failed color revolution in Iran, and they elevated this Narjeh Mohammadi. Okay. And now you've got Maria Corina, the Venezuelan opposition, who also was on Juan Guaido's side, on Juan Guaido's team, by the way, in 2019. It's hilarious and disgusting that they would weaponize identity politics like this, but they knew that the shitlibs would back this because it was, and they wouldn't look too deep into who she was, but her identity fit the profile that would make them happy. Okay.
Yep.
Finally.
And before that, we had fucking... No, I missed it.
Right.
And
finally, I wanted to point out, fuck Trump and ICE and all that's going on with deportations and Chicago. I didn't get into it, but there's a lot of stuff happening, and there are certainly other channels to follow to do that. I had a lot I wanted to cover tonight, so I didn't have a chance to get to that. But this story out of ProPublica kind of broke me a little bit. And I'm not going to read it because it's really long, but I'm going to put the link in the description. I don't want to be here anymore. Right. They tried to self-deport and then got stranded in Trump's America. All right. This is a story of, out of ProPublica, a woman.
A man named Brady?
No, a woman that tried to self-deport with her family. They were promised $1,000 to self-deport to help them set their life back up at home. All right. First, they waited for plane tickets that never came. Their whole life got displaced. They gave up their apartment, and then they didn't get tickets. Like, it's this whole story, right? It was mid-May, and Perez, a Venezuelan mother of two, couldn't survive on her own in Chicago anymore. Why? Because she'd been relying on charity for food and shelter ever since her partner had been detained by ICE after a traffic stop earlier this year. Sound familiar? This 25-year-old woman thought it would be safer to return to Venezuela with her children than to stay in the United States. Her request for asylum was still open, and she had a permit to work legally, but so did a lot of other Venezuelans getting picked up on the streets and taken into custody. She was literally afraid to leave her house. But then in the app, DHS offered $1,000 exit bonus to people that could book a free flight to any foreign country under Project Homecoming. Right? They tried to do that through the CBP Home app. Months passed, her partner got deported. In July, she said she got a call from someone at CBP. This whole story is in nightmare. She ended up getting deported. and self-deporting and flying to Venezuela. But the money never arrived. The $1,000 hasn't arrived. And they've been trying to scramble to figure out what the hell to do back in Venezuela. Good luck getting that money from the Trump administration.
Especially in Venezuela.
Right?
You know, they'll claim you're some cartel member once they get it. Right. They'll bomb your boat in a crime in international waters.
So,
you know?
Yeah, fuck the Trump admin for that nonsense as well.
Yeah.
And just real quick, I do want to put up what's this? Oh, that's my one-on-one with Chanda. That's okay. That's going to be next. Real quick, if you're able to, it means please support this live stream. Please support this channel. Please support independent media.
Please.
This is the amazing people that already do that and have done that. Cash App, $ Indie News Network, ko-fi.com/Indie News Network. You got paypal.me/Indie News Network, at INNnewsletter.com and IndieMediaToday.com. And then we've got IndieNewsNow.com where we're live as well. I also, again, wanted to shout out the GoFundMes that we do every week. And again, talking about stuff like this is how we got help for Aspen, how we've gotten more money raised for Chanda. And again, I cannot be more grateful. Last night, Beauty and the Boomer ran this one-on-one that I recorded earlier this week on Thursday with Chanda. We talked about independent media. We talked about her history and the entire space and where it's gone and how she got into this to begin with and how it's evolved. And then also her battling small cell lung cancer and what she's been through with insurance and what she's struggling with right now in going through treatments again. So if anyone's able to, please support her GoFundMe. Last night, we ended up, after that was run, raised about $1,000, which is going to help her get through this month. So thank you to everyone who did that, specifically to the one person that gave a ton of money last night. But thank you. I understand they don't want to be shouted out by name, but you know who you are. Thank you. So that's GoFundMe for Chanda. Of course, we also have what's going on with our friend Cowboy Kitty, Anthony Malecki's sister-in-law, Nataliya. We talked about ICE deporting people a little while ago. Nataliya is currently in detention. She doesn't have a hearing for another few weeks. And they still want to deport her to Ukraine. She did it right. She has permission to work here. She was a truck driver, but she's been held indefinitely, 4 months. Her daughter, they want to deport also now to Ukraine, apparently. At her latest immigration hearing, she broke down and started crying, begging to receive bail for the nonviolent misdemeanor, and the judge got mad and denied her. Yeah, now that was weeks ago. 2 weeks later, still flight risk. Thank you, Anthony. Really appreciate that. And Anthony put in the chat the other night an update that it's going to be at least another couple weeks before her hearing. So if you can contribute to her GoFundMe, they could really use some help and support. Again, I know everybody's hurting and everybody needs money right now. This really hasn't moved very much in a long time, and anything anyone can do, it really makes a big difference, even $5 or $10. And then finally, I want to tell the story, and luckily we're not asking at this point for final expenses at this point, but our friend Rich Slutzky from Counterspin, he got news earlier this summer that his father had a stroke and was in hospice care, was in the hospital. Then he was in hospice care, and he got a call over the weekend that his dad passed away. And he got a call from the funeral home. They won't take payments. I have until Wednesday to fully fund his cremation. Under state laws, they can only hold the remains for 10 days, and we're already on day 3. I gave him $200 as good faith payment just to shut them up. How the fuck am I supposed to come up with $1,645 in a week? Originally, it was $3,000 that they knocked down to $1,845 because he was a veteran. All right. There's his proof of payment. People ended up giving him PayPal to help. He also said that the lawyer ended up helping out. Where is it? He said, I can breathe now. The lawyer I've been working with was very kind and offered to pay it forward and cover the balance due out of any potential settlement. Thank you to everyone who stepped up and chipped in. It means a lot to know when things look bleak. I can rely on the kindness of strangers. Mutual aid, man, mutual aid. This is why we do this every week, because people need help and nobody's doing shit to help them. We just have to help each other. And as long as I have a platform, I'm going to do what I can to help the people around us that need help, that don't have a voice. So I asked Rich that is there anything I can do or that we can tell people who want to help? And he said, no, pretty much it's all anyone can do, but thanks for thinking of us. But rest in peace to your dad. And we're thinking of you and we love you, Rich. And sorry for your loss. And fuck this system for being so harsh and cruel right now to so many people. I also want to, again, I've referenced IndieNewsNow.com. That is, again, our React show. You can see we're going to be live later on for that. That was the uncensored votes from last week. We're going to be live on Rumble. We'll be live on YouTube at INN8. The Ocho is our channel over there. We're also going to be live on all the other INN channels for boat smashing and other boats. So, wow. But yeah, Indie News Now. We'll be live there. If you go to Watch Live, you'll be able to watch it there. There's also a merch store where you can pick up a t-shirt, a beanie. It's starting to get cold out. So if you're in one of those areas, pick up a beanie. If you so are inclined, pick up a tank top, pick up a sweatshirt, a hoodie, or a sticker. We got them all there. And you get there by going to IndieNewsNow.com and click on the merch link. So I'm waiting. Buy my merch right quick. Look at my shirt, little bitch. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah.
I don't hear it, but
yeah. Are you? I should make you wait forever.
I was excited to hear that.
Forever.
Go to my website. Buy my merch right quick.
There you go.
Thank you. So, all right.
You're welcome.
Thank you to everyone for hanging with me through all of that and through ranting and raving. Yes, I agree that it's a beautiful. It's a hell of a start. You know that the funeral homes are a scam. Dissent in Bloom. All right, poor guy. Glad his lawyer helped. Me too. I mean, I was definitely. It was on my mind. Metal Mama Sue. Yes, we do. We're on our own 100%. All we have is each other. Thank you, Natalie. Bless your beautiful heart too. You know, you're one of the people that inspires me. Yes, and Golden Monarch appreciates Rich's works per Substack. Absolutely. Love you all. Man. This is
let's all go to the lobby.
It's time to get ourselves a treat, right? Have ourselves a treat. One more time before we get out of here. Support independent media by doing it these ways. Cash App, $, Indie News Network. Go-v.com/Indie News Network. Got paypal.me/Indie News Network. That site I just showed you, IndieNewsNow.com. You can go to INNNewsletter.com. We're about to go live there. So if you subscribe to INN Newsletter, you'll get an alert on the mobile app for the live stream. And we've been live at IndieMediaToday.com for the last couple hours. And we will publish this live stream tomorrow morning as a podcast replay. We do that every Monday morning. We publish it both to Spotify as well as now to Substack. So if you did not catch the whole thing at first, you can go back and watch it at your convenience, completely ad-free at IndieMediaToday.com. Support independent media because we need it more than ever. I love you all. We'll see you soon, fam.
Bye. Have a great time.
Hasta la vista, baby. I'll be back.
No! We just fucking lost the stream!
I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want?